hope, resilience, fortitude. Depending on which astrology you follow, you might believe that it is a Leo new moon that we have in a couple of days. I was seeing an image of that, the earth, the entirety of earth being flooded with the ultimate divine light. And Leo is ruled by the sun, right? And that light is you. Union or not, which isn't what a lot of people want to hear, but union or not, your light is needed. The reason you're being divinely guided, Empress at the bottom of the deck, and your journey has been so divinely orchestrated in such a way is because the world needs your light. Divine Feminine specifically. Ooh. Empress, Queen of Swords there. Yeah, it's no longer being blocked off to you. You are here to claim your purpose. You're here to claim your light. You are not here to wait to be claimed by another person. Divine Masculine has a totally different mindset and the need to, so they can really step into that Divine Masculine energy of, leading in the 3D. Divine Feminine, strength, Leo energy, justice. You are here to bring justice, and that is by truly accessing that light. It's coming through big. This world, there's wells in this world is what I always say, and this world is full of darkness and density. You are here to break through that. If you are not operating from hate, fear, division, then the world needs you more than you realise. So all that internal work that you're doing, it has such a greater purpose. You're here to bring divine justice. King of Wands at the bottom of the deck as well, so Leo energy. That courage that you have been gaining, you are here to really no longer be drawn into the conflicting energies of the external. Yeah, got the Five of Swords as the first card as well, so there's definitely been that having to operate in the resilience of your own truth, and of course Leo, part of what Leo does is rule the heart. So you've had to really access your heart space in such a way that you're no longer allowing the confusion outside of you and the miscommunications and misalignments outside of you, the devil energies, to veer you off your path anymore. Again, you're here to claim your purpose. You're here to claim your light, your truth. Union or not, I'll say it again, right? Your union holds such a beautiful, greater purpose. It's that Shakespeare quote, I suppose. You could bring it down to that hell is empty and all that card I hear, right? I hope that makes sense to who it needs to. It's the fact that you're not you're an angel who is here to bring that angelic light, right? That doesn't mean like you're perfect. I mean, obviously you're human, you're on the human experience, but it's really time to start. There's something here about really working. I've heard of grinding, so maybe you are kind of like, I've also heard hustle. So, learning how to healthily do what you're here to do on purpose, because there's something here about really putting the efforts in, the work in now to get your message across in the ways that you need to, in a way that is healthy, in the way that the world is ready to receive you, right? I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's some of you who are here to be seen. The star at the bottom, this is you. You're the healing medicine that's being poured onto the external, the 3D specifically, okay? And Divine Feminines do a lot of work beyond the 3D, but this is specifically related to you, your purpose here on earth, in your 3D like physical vessel, right? Yeah, I've said this before. Some of you are here to be seen, but some of you do what needs to be done in ways that are much more powerful behind the scenes, okay? Got the King of Swords here now as well. I've heard battling, so it's kind of like this is a collective judgment as well, who have really come up against a lot of like wounded energies, masculine wounded energy specifically. Again, that can be in any embodied human, regardless of gender. It's kind of been that cut-offness. I'm hearing aloof as well, so kind of really not understanding the wheel here. You're here to change your wheel. This is giving generational cycles, whether this is a father, even mother who hadn't healed their inner wounds. You're here to do things differently. No longer be suppressed. No longer allow your voice to be suppressed by others and by you. Because you're understanding the high level purpose of this, right? You're honouring the time it's taken. Palm trees could be important here. I'm hearing Paradise Island. You're honoring that time. You're taking that time to understand the actions that you have been taking to this point that have been watering this version of you as you go forward now with so much strength. Especially with this Leo new moon, you're going to be honoring the energies. And Leo is also connected to the inner child, remember. The Fool. There's a new cycle. You are creating a brand new cycle. It's come out with Justice. Again, it's giving that generational energy. You know, clearing a serious karmic cycle here. Not just yours, generational. Six of Swords as well. It's a transition, and you're not the only one in the boat that's transitioning, right? Metaphorically speaking. Two of Swords again, the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, too many cards. Okay, so I'm getting this energy of someone's had a lot of distractions around them. I don't think this is a divine feminine energy that I'm picking up on now. This is the person she's connected to, okay? They've had a lot of distractions around them that have truly prevented them from making this decision towards what they know their true path is. Their path of purpose that they're truly here to work on and be. Okay, got the Queen of Swords as well, but they've also been healing through their own wounded feminine energies. What they've been attracting themselves and allowing themselves to cycle through, okay? High Priestess. I'm hearing like a community that's being created and gathered, but it's kind of like a secret. And I don't even know if this is somebody who realizes that this is slowly building to something bigger than what they can currently see. Someone might also be seeing others, speaking to the right people about any kind of help they need to close out the wheel again, these distraction energies, right, where they've been feeling really imbalanced. It could also be that someone's had a lot of money issues, okay, so this could be abundance related as well. Finding stability, no longer being in lack, okay, or staying stuck in the energies. Yeah, Ace of Swords as well. Wow, this is quite an energy. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, there's this has been taking much longer than it needs to get to the next huge milestone, I suppose. Because someone's not seen the strength they've been gaining, the courage that they have, and actually that they, even in their current situation, they have the strength to overcome whatever that is, to not let whatever it is that would normally pull them down, to pull them down. They're not understanding that, right? So again, a lot of self-love and a self-awareness is required here for somebody, okay, to clear through these mental patterns, these mind gaps, you know. Death card here, Knight of Wands as well. I think someone really needs to, yeah, Knight of Pentacles here as well, and Judgment, yeah. Someone's needing to do things very differently, and they've awakened to that as well. I'm hearing that someone could also be experiencing a lot of miscommunication. So Mercury is retrograde right now, so that could make sense, okay? It's also taken someone a really long time to realize the reason why this decision is more than just, them getting their happiness and their fulfillment. It's so much more, so much bigger than that. It's taken them a very long time to understand this and learn this. Yeah, but it also means that they have been putting in the work. But I think that whatever this distraction energy is, especially this wounded feminine energy, it's been kind of like one of their biggest downfalls. It's allowed them to really fall into that energy of manipulation, whether it's jealousies, you know, emotional manipulation specifically. Look at that Tower. Oof. Yeah, they've had some serious Eight of Cups though. That's good. That means they're moving away from this energy. Once they charge towards it, you know, their distractions, again, not doing that inner child healing. Or understanding that is the inner child that was leading, right? I think this is what they've been working on more, to understand this. They could also have a lot of, I'm hearing like family traumas, because that's coming up a lot here. So there's something about that. Nine of Cups. This is their secret. Their wish is that to be in a position where they really can do things together. You know, have the right conversations, build the right foundation. Ten of Cups, just as we said that as well. Exactly, this is truly what they desire. And then the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Can't make it up. Death. They know that this requires a true transformation of everything they have known, so they can really bring this stability to this new beginning. Okay. I think also the messages coming through here is that, especially Divine Feminine, especially why you need to really zone in on your purpose, you know, which means that the healing that you're doing is for that reason, because there's codependency. Someone's had some serious external energies affecting them, addictions, attachments. Okay, it's not been healthy. They've been driven by really wounded behaviors of the past that have truly infiltrated within their kind of essence and influenced their impulse, right? That was masked as passion, influenced their mental kind of thought patterns. You know, maybe this is someone who is easily kind of, again, that manipulation word has come up, you know, they're malleable to external influences, okay? Heart-to-heart conversations, true love at the bottom of the deck, divine connection. It's about being honest now. It's about honestly discussing your feelings and everything you've been through. Romance of lifetimes, you got trust there as well. You know, someone's really not wanting to speak on their truth. That's the thing. These are the secrets that they're hiding. They've not known safety in love before. So they want to do things differently, including in connection. Again, that strength of the heart, you know, that courage that's coming through with this energy, this new moon, that heart-to-heart conversations. Stay optimistic about your love life. That's another thing, you know, somebody, I think they were so internally kind of conflicted about moving forwards because they were trapped in their own headspace. You know, and this is what I mean by that hope that was coming through, hope. Is that it's like they see glimmers of hope, you know. This is the only thing that can hold on to. Unrequited love. I think that there's a fear of that unrequited love, you know, not being reciprocated kind of energy. But how can they know until, you know, they truly allow themselves to be present in that situation? Religious factors. So again, you know, they might have been in a connection that they had to be in because it was like suited societal kind of norms or even family expectations, that kind of thing. And it wasn't an equal give and receive when it comes to heart space. It was just like cut off from true deep emotion. It was just needing to do what had to be done. Which is why somebody also felt more towards their codependent ways, their addictions. You know, they weren't able to truly access the understanding of what was leading this, you know, which was the trauma beneath the surface that was taking place. Passion. That was that passion that's coming through. You know, masking things as passion when actually there were wounds that were truly you know, wanting to be loved and nurtured. And again, that inner child needs your compassion, your nurture, just as all the children in this world truly do. You know. Engagement, high levels of commitment. So your love life is ascending to high levels of commitment. That's what the desire is moving forwards, and it looks like that's a very much a possibility. However, this needs to be closed out. You know, that release your ex energy. So whatever it was that somebody felt like they had to be in or whatever, getting to know each other. And with this reconciliation, I'm going to say it again, getting to know each other. Yeah, that heart-to-heart conversation. So much has happened behind the scenes. So much needed to be handled. There would have been so much in the way if this, in the past, there would have been so much in the way. Yeah, separation, there had to be a separation. There had to be. Because someone was so not in their alignment. And perhaps neither of you were, but certainly this energy that's coming through, this King of Swords energy, was just operating from, in a very destructive way. Okay. But they're understanding that better. Again, look at that deception, just as I said that. Deception, masks, you know, and they didn't tell you the truth because they themselves didn't even know how to handle the truth, let alone speak on it, you know. I can't even explain. It was like this full rush of so much like heavy and destructive energy. Wedding at the bottom of the deck. Again, this is what they want, you know. Got the 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups there. Absolute transformation there. They have undergone and currently are undergoing. They've known so much conflict in those kind of settings, you know, family or love, whatever. They're changing the record by releasing that past energy. New love, exactly. New love cycle can come through, doing things differently, including future generations, won't need to go through those cycles again. And not just you and your children, but those connected to you, those you're going to go on to help, you know, even outside of you, finances and career. So that could be a big issue as well. You know, somebody was really, again, I said that there could be a reason they were connected to somebody. It could be to do with their finances. They've had a lot of grievances, specifically I've heard there with. Also why it's taken so long for them as well. A personal issue reached a resolution. That has something to do with that. They're coming to some kind of resolution with that, so they can truly finally clear through that unrequited love of the past, that, you know, the ex that was fueling their codependent ways. Be bold and make the first move. You know, there's going to be this energy. And also I feel like divine feminines, you're being guided to be bold and make the move when it comes to your, how you're being guided with your path of purpose, you know, including your career path, you know, the money. Bring love into the situation. This, when the heart-to-heart conversations come through, you know, when that getting to know each other again comes through, bring love into the situation. Remember that heart space that the world needs. Remember, I was seeing the world being flooded in that light. That light comes from your heart. Your connection to divine is exactly there. A time to give rather than take. Exactly. Again, purpose. Virgo energies there as well. Got Aquarius energies here as well. Oh, Scorpio energy. It's time to release negativity. Yeah, it's not gonna, it doesn't serve you anymore to hold on to those old ways. And you know that. There's that clearing, you know, no more of that internal confusion, that impulse-based action, you know. Your commitment is being tested. I can feel that right now. This energy is like, feels really heavy. And you could become really holding the weight, I'm going to say the weight of the world is what's come through, but you are massively connected to the collective energies. You know, your past lifetimes, your generations, your collective energies, your own life currently. You're healing through a lot, okay? So honor that and honor the time that it's taking, because it keeps coming through. It's been a while, but it's about you really being intentional with that now. I feel like it's like somebody truly does want to move on from this past energy. It feels really like they even feel that it's toxic, right? They understand that better. But also their role in that. There's also this energy of really looking after yourself right now. Like I said, that's a heavy kind of clearing energy. So clear through your energies. Ensure you're doing that. Pay attention to your dreams, especially with the new moon. You might be having a lot of dreams, okay? But also something about having a really good night's sleep. So staying on top of your self-care routines. Be gentle with yourself, right? Understanding, because I feel like there's something about inner peace there. Ace of Pentacles just wanted to show there as well. So there's promising movement forward. Forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong. Self-blame. That was coming through the other day as well. You know, you're on the right path, right? So it's kind of like, I think someone's accessing that space where they're really accepting everything they've been through and accepting their part in it, but also understanding of what does this mean moving forwards now. And it's kind of like reigniting that energy of, okay, let's do this properly now moving forwards, you know, and not just like completely thinking it's never going to happen or anything like that. Okay, so beautiful heart-to-heart conversations. Once you get to know each other again, this new cycle of love that's coming. Once someone gets to that stage, they can truly make that bold move forwards as they've released the energies that were holding them back, you know, that were keeping them, restrained. They might have also had like some kind of conditioning in the mind when it came to kind of sin or something, or like shame, holding a lot of shame and guilt. So I think that's massively something that I had to heal through. Okay, so hold space for yourself as you heal through this, and also just the energy of each other to clear through what you're going through. This isn't about avoiding what you know that you need to do, the decisions you need to make moving forwards now, because you're scared they're going to trigger you or activate some kind of codependency. Quite the opposite. That it's actually the opportunity for you to recognize if that's still present within you, so you can do even more healing on it, you know, so you can really get to that beautiful alignment that you truly desire here with the 9 and 10 of clubs there, right? Because it's not about keeping it a secret anymore. It's about really, yes, at the beginnings when you're having these heart-to-heart conversations, getting to know each other again, you know, after that period of separation, you're going to need to just like keep it between you two and understand what you're here to do, that kind of thing, or even just what you both want. But when those triggers appear, again, that's your opportunity. You can handle it. You're at this point for a reason. And it's about time somebody starts to believe that, because they get so stuck in their mind space, the mental patterns that just swell, you know, they avoid falling into that. But it's not about avoiding it, it's about understanding it. So you can say, you know what, I'm stronger than this. And again, it's been about going through to the root, you know, to really, that's how you truly gain that courage. All of the negativity that someone has truly associated with making a commitment, it's time to release that way of thinking and acting in that way as well, because it's stopping someone from truly accessing their dreams here and putting their dreams into practical plan. The heavy weight that has been truly held during the separation, keeping you two apart, it's time to clear that. That's what's coming through. That's the transformation that's going to happen eventually here. I think it might be sooner than Divine Feminine realizes, but I think that that's because the Divine Masculine here is really going through that healing process right now. You might be able to feel the heaviness of it, okay? But honor the alignment that is taking place within you two and also for you two. Divine Masculine energy here could be a fire or earth sign is truly missing their person. They're really reminiscing on this right now. They're feeling the absence and they're so stuck on moving forwards because they're so afraid of this heartbreak that they have experienced before, and also with other people and what they've seen around them. And it's kind of like this is their test right now from Divine to see whether or not they're ready to go into the King of Pentacles, Hierophant, Four of Wands. That's huge, like high level commitment from a Divine Masculine energy, right? But they're ready for this. And you know what, it's not just about running away and fearing it anymore. Fear is a big thing here, truly. Someone's really facing that kind of that line now where it's like overcoming that fear, no longer just staying here, letting the walls of fear go up and up and up and keep you in that heartbreak, which is actually you just staying in the past, stuck. You're not allowing yourself to move forward. You're not allowing this to unfold the way it needs to, right? To really recognize how you can come into alignment with each other, especially when someone's feeling so sad, you know. And there's this Ace of Pentacles again that did want to come out, but they've got it within them to create this new beginning, you know, to put this into motion. And now it's truly going to be about, it feels like they're going to, because they really want this, but this is what they're going through right now within them. I don't know if they realize that, but it's going to really, once they really honor the process and step back and see it for what it is, they're going to really show themselves even the strength that they have gained throughout all of this. And actually that there's something beautiful here for them. Four of Wands. It's not about them putting their worth on it. Yeah, it's about them recognizing their worth before they even access it. Yeah, knowing this isn't why they're worthy, but actually they've always been worthy. Their divine purpose is why they're worthy. Do you know what I mean? They're here for a reason, is why they're worthy. Their existence, right? They really need to understand that and gather that confidence within, okay? We've got lots of kings here, okay? So lots of masculine energy, okay? Honing in that, even divine feminines, okay? So this is a very personal journey they're going on right now. And they're actually clearing through this. This is exactly what they're clearing through. No longer being afraid. No longer allowing themselves to hold themselves back from this beautiful energy that they hold. They have it within them to hold this down, to create this stability, this alignment, this union. They really do. This is truly their heart's desires as well. So it's no longer going to be about just keeping it a secret within themselves, a fantasy or whatever it is, and just sitting there missing it and you know, wondering what could have been. It's not about that anymore. That's the heaviness that's finally being closed out, you know, of this separation that has taken a while. There's been too much, maybe too much external parties as well that someone has truly been listening to. That was coming through a lot, you know. Yeah, reclaiming their power, their strength, I've heard vitality, you know, they've got it within them to really hold this down, and this is what they're finally realizing. So we just had come out there. A new start is coming. Have faith in your dreams. Confidence is the keys to success. That is the new moon Leo new moon card as well. So yeah, right about now they're going to hone in on that confidence within. That new start it's there. Okay, someone just needs to hold faith in it and have courage within themselves to know they can hold this down. Okay, again, show the world the real you. Authenticity, Aquarius energy as well, you know, that Leo Aquarius energy, that axis could be important for somebody. So yeah, it's a beautiful process, and moving forwards, like I said, there's going to be some beautiful honest, authentic conversations, and the feelings don't need to be like bottled down and feared or, you know, overly protected anymore, right? Someone's realizing this. You have the power within you now to keep it together. Okay, there's going to truly be a requirement for a foundation of trust before this even reaches anything to do with union. Both parties involved require that safety, you know. It's both, like the emotional safety, the physical safety, whatever it is, you know, mentally, all of it. And both of you require that. Something about finances here as well, that's really important for somebody. Both of you, you know, so you're going to have the opportunity to really create that. That's what's coming here, this new start, especially with this new cycle, this lunar cycle. It's really bringing that forwards, and the more you create that stable foundation, you know, I think somebody fears having kind of expectations they can't hold or something, but again, this is about them recognizing their worth, their purpose, their power, you know, and releasing the weight of everything that wasn't theirs to hold. that they needed to just release and let go of anyway and heal through. You know what I mean? That was holding them back from stepping into this beautiful higher energy, this high level commitment. They want high level commitment. Wedding was showing 3, they want that. It's just all the blocks that are blocking them from really moving in that direction to really create that now moving forward. It's safe for you to love, past life, relationship, honeymoon, reconciliation again. They want all of this, and now they're realizing they have been their greatest block to this, and this is finally what they are overcoming. Truly, this is powerful. Okay, stay in your lane, your light. Focus on the beautiful divine guidance that truly is streaming in right now. Okay, despite all the fear and everything around you and the energies, for you to really stay in that light is so important. So cleanse and clear through that, okay, and do what you can to put your light out there in the most loving, from the heart way. Okay, Divine Feminine, this isn't about you waiting. This is about you finding what brings you so much joy and jubilation, bringing that energy out inside of you, honoring that actually there was an ending here and that past version of your connection needed to end. It served its purpose at the time. It closed out for a reason. I feel like you've surrendered to the journey more, but when this comes back around, there's going to be some doubt and indecision, okay? You're going to need to see that this is someone who's operating this warrior love energy. They're really operating from that true space, because there's a lot of attraction still here. There's, you were left in longing and desire, if you will. Both of you were, truly. And now it's kind of time to surrender to how the journey has been unfolding again, and hold that space where you can truly create that foundation where you both feel safe and are sure of what you want moving forwards and how to do this moving forwards. And it all starts small here. This isn't like 0 to 100 or speed. Even though the desire to do so might be there's going to be something really here about honoring the connection and how to ensure that you can really create a space where you're alchemizing your energy so that you can really bring that beautiful love that you have within each other, for each other, and the light that you're here to bring to the world in the healthiest, most divine way, truly. Okay, got the number 1 here, 10, 1, 33, we've got 2, we've got 26 as well, and this beautiful joy and jubilation as well. There's something about this. There could be some kind of celebration that you're going to. Maybe it's a birthday or something. Yeah, again, number 12 as well. Okay, so really beautiful energies here. Just about honing in and being very intentional with how this moves forwards now, okay? Let me know if this message was for you. Sending love.